Y'all, I just had something that I wanted to ask y'all and see what y'all think. So y'all know I have 7 kids and 3 of them are at home. Well, the ones at home are 16, 15, and 13. Sorry, I drew a blank for a minute. So I'm just curious. I don't really think I'm a strict parent as far as like um I know kids do things, I know they make mistakes, all that stuff, and I don't feel like I'm strict on things like that. But as far as like my kids going somewhere or, getting dropped off at a mall or at a park or a swimming place, I don't do that. I don't drop my kids off. Even my 16-year-old. I just feel like that things are like really dangerous these days, and you just really can't trust anybody. A lot of people can't even trust their families, and I have some people in my family that I can't trust. But my question is, what age is appropriate to let your kids go and be alone? Because I'm picky about who they stay with. I don't let them, just stay with anybody. So I'm not sure what age. Because even from when Joe, my oldest, and Billy and Courtney and William were younger, I didn't let them go a lot of places either, and it wasn't as bad then. But now it's like it's so bad now, and I just don't. I don't want my kids walking down the street. I don't want them going to the mall, And when it comes to other kids that your kids stay with, you have to worry about that too because what do they allow their kid to do? You know what I mean? And and I know my kids think I'm strict, and that's fine. They can think I'm strict all day long. But what age do you just let them go alone? You know what I mean? I know they're going to be they're not far from 18 or 21, and at that time, they can hopefully I've taught them enough to make good decisions. But I don't know. A lot of these people are dropping their 11 and 12 and 13-year-old little girls at fairs and carnivals and malls, and I don't even let my kids like leave my sight in Walmart. Um, I don't know. I just don't. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm really not comfortable. So I don't know what everybody else does, but things are so bad now, and it's always been bad, but there's so many more people now, and it's so much worse now. You know, I mean, I've got some pretty shitty people in my family. Like my dad's dad was a rapist, so it's not like and a child molester. So it's not like there aren't people in your own family that you can't trust either. It's just I people will tell me that I think my kids are too good. No, I do think my kids are too good to have something happen to them. I love my kids, and I just want to know that wherever they go, they're going to be watched over and treated the same way as I do, you know. And my kids, especially my son, he thinks I'm a little too strict about where they can go and who they can be around. But they'll realize when they get older, you know what I mean? You trust your dog, yeah, and your wife. Yeah, I mean it's so bad, man. It's every time you turn around, you hear about a teacher doing something to a kid, or somebody's parents, doing something to their kid, or this kid in this house killed himself, and what caused them to do that? It's just I'm very picky. I love my kids more than breathing, and I just don't want anything to happen to them. It's just I don't know. Had a little situation and something with my daughter, and it got me to thinking that who can you trust anymore? Because I mean, there's some, as a woman, we can't fight everything off either if something happens, much less why would I want my kid to be in that, situation. Um, yeah, my daughter's driving. I saw something about a 17-year-old driving. My daughter's at the age to drive now, and, I think she had it in her head that she could just go and do what she wanted to. And I'm like, no, no, you still have rules, and there's still certain places you can't go, and if you get to go alone, you know what I mean? I'm not even sure you'll get to go alone. That girl, I trust no one to. I really don't. And it's not that I think every single person is bad, but you have to be careful when it comes to your kids. You really do. Like my son, he has like two places he's allowed to go to, and one of them's his brother. So it's like I, uh, I don't know. I know I couldn't live with myself if something happened to my kid, and nobody watches my kids better than me. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I don't know, but I just had to get on here. I wanted to see what y'all thought and what y'all's opinions were, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why my kids think that once they can drive that they're free. No, you still are a child. Like I and kids mature a lot more these days. I know they do. They mature a lot faster than I did as a kid. And I still have to remind them all the time that hey, you're a kid. Like you're still a kid. I'm big on my kids getting to make decisions when it comes to certain aspects of their life because I want them to be a good decision maker, but ultimately the final decision is mine and my husband's, and they need to know that, and I'm hoping that I can teach them some skills to make good decisions. But I do include them, like I said, on decisions that they make. Sorry, y'all. My headphone died. I do include them on decisions that are made about their life. But as far as like letting them make all the decision and being the final word, no. Like that's not gonna happen as long as I'm here. Like I don't agree with. But I also have another question. So y'all know I have that little 2 year old that stays with me a lot. And I need some advice, like major advice for her. Because she is doing this thing now where she's not crying. She is literally screaming to the top of her lungs when she gets mad. And it is this, oh my God, it's this brain rattling, screeching scream that it really hurts your ears. So I've tried everything that I've tried with my kids. I talk to her, try to redirect her attention. Um, I'm the type person that I know that if you get down on a kid's level and talk to them, they listen to you better than you towering over them because that's a little intimidating, to have someone tower over you. So I get down on her level and I talk to her. Well, that worked a couple times, but when she gets upset over small things, and I'm talking about very small things, like, being told no. And keep in mind, she has two. I know that they test her limits at two. But the screaming has not stopped. Like, she literally screams to the top of her lungs over everything, like everything. And it's so hard to redirect her attention. And it's so hard to get her to, stop screaming long enough to even get a word in, honestly. But I've never had a kid do that. Uh, Knock on wood, my head or whatever. I've never had a kid do that. I've been really lucky as far as my kids and throwing fits and stuff. They never really did that. And it's not like she's throwing a fit. She doesn't fall on the ground. She doesn't kick and scream. She doesn't do any of that. She just literally stands up and screams like you see in movies. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. She's a really good kid. She really is, and I know this makes it sound bad, but the few times that she does do this, it's like the scream is so deafening, and she won't stop screaming long enough for you to talk to her. So it's like I don't honestly don't know what to do, and I can't read many of y'all's messages because I'm driving. I'm on my way to work, but I'll definitely go back and look at it. If y'all have any advice, please feel free to tell me, give me ideas of something to try. Really good kid, very, very, very smart. I mean, she's very smart. She's potty trained. She doesn't wear diapers. She talks really well. She's very intelligent. I mean, when I tell you this kid is very smart, you can tell her something once to teach her something, and she definitely um, never forgets it. She remembers everything, and you can tell her a story, and she can repeat it back to you. And it's crazy. This kid is so smart, and she's so sweet. Oh my gosh, she's the sweetest little girl. But then when she gets upset, like I said, she doesn't cry. It's just this. Oh my God, this scream want to literally just bang your head against a wall. And I think I seen something about she's looking for a reaction. At first we were like, oh no, oh my God, what's wrong with her? Because it's been a long time since I've had a little baby or a little kid around. I mean, like my youngest is 13, so it's been some years. And so I like jump up and I'm like, oh no, are you okay? Blah blah blah. Well, I quit doing that because I know that just magnifies it and makes her want to scream even more. And I've even tried like walking by her and acting like I don't even see her, like she's invisible. Um, and I've tried to, sit down, time out. I'm not a big timeout person. I'm not. Um, I'm just not. I think that's silly. Um, so I'm just trying to figure out. It's not my child. It's not my blood child. She stays with me quite a bit. So I'm just trying to figure out something that'll work to help with those instances where she does scream. Um, I tried, hey, if we don't scream all day today, you'll get a little treat at the end of the day. Because I'm big on a reward system. I believe you reward kids, for like when I was potty trainer, we had a little treasure box in there, and every time she'd potty, she'd get a treasure, and if she'd like run and try to make it to potty and didn't make it, she'd get a treasure box out of the I tried box, which is probably a little too much. But I had that there anyway because at least she was making an effort, to go potty. But so I'm literally trying, a reward system or, you know, um, I'm at a loss, guys, and I'm really, really, really good with kids, and I'm at a complete total loss. Like she won. I mean, she literally won. She runs our house. Everybody bows down to her. My kids absolutely adore her. She um, loves them so much, and that they haven't been around a baby, until her and Sage. So they just love her to death. And I don't know if maybe that's why. Maybe we're, spoiling her. I honestly don't know, y'all. I'm at such a total loss, but I absolutely adore her. And Sage is like picking up some of her habits, which cannot be good. She loves Sage. Sage loves her. They're just thick as thieves. But um, I don't know, y'all. I'm at a total loss, and I'm usually so good with kids. But I don't know. I don't know. She's a screamer, and I honestly am just like, she makes me feel like I have no clue about kids. She really does. She's like, she knows. I don't know what to do. I have no clue. Yeah, my kids have never done the whole tantrum. I was really, really lucky. Never had a tantrum throwing kid. Never had a kid who was just like you couldn't look at them and they'd cry. I mean, I was really lucky as far as that went. Um, so maybe she's just making up for all of them. I don't know, but she is very active. And on days, okay, so like it's been raining here lately, and we don't get to go outside a lot, when it rains. I mean, I'll let her if it's like not raining bad or it's not lightning. We'll go outside and we'll play in the rain. And she loves that, but she loves to be outside. She is not an indoor kid at all, and she just has so much energy. I mean, she has so much energy, and so if she gets to go outside, um, it's not as bad a day. She doesn't get so upset. I think that honestly, her being stuck inside, like, because we've had so much rain here lately. I don't, and then when it's not raining, my yard is a muddy mess. So I really don't, I don't want her to go out and just get totally muddy. I mean, I don't mind her playing in the rain, but just to go out and get totally muddy, I just don't. I let her, but I don't let her all the time. So when it's raining, we spend a lot of time inside. I don't know if maybe that's why. Maybe she's just got so much pent up energy that it's just not good. She needs to go outside. I don't know. I don't know. But other than that, yeah, I missed you guys. I've been working a lot of nights, so it's like I'm so tired during the day. I just sleep. I haven't been on here much. Um, I lost one of my twin goats. I'm very sad about that. Not because of anything. Nothing got it. it wasn't sick. I honestly think that it fell off of my porch rail, because my rail's about 7 or 8 feet tall off the ground, and it was laying right below the porch rail. So I'm thinking maybe one of my bigger goats may have knocked it off. Very sad about that. That was one of my bottle babies, and so we lost it. And it just so happened that the little girl that stays with me, when we were out there cleaning the porch and feeding the goats, she seen it, and she was like, "Oh no, baby's dead," because like I said, she's very smart. And I was like, "Oh no," and I was like, "No, it's sleeping," and rushed her inside, and then got my husband to bury it, but. There was no marks on it, no nothing. I really think that it fell off the porch, honestly, which is kind of strange. I mean, they're getting bigger, so I'm sure they're going to venture to the rail. My bigger goats love to climb and walk on the rail. They actually have stuff to climb on in the yard, but I feed them on the porch, so they come up there to eat. Um, but I really, really believe that it fell off the rail, and that would have been its first time ever getting on the rail because I've never seen it get on the rail before. So I'm very sad about that. I don't. I'm a big animal lover. I get very attached to my animals, so losing that little goat was pretty hard. But other than that, all the rest of them are good. I do have some pregnant goats again, guys. Did not want any more pregnant goats. I got rid of the male. I thought I got rid of him in time before they got pregnant, but I did not. So I either have two or three that are pregnant. So I'll be having more babies soon, and hopefully no more after that because, like I said, I got rid of my male goat. Um, but yeah, other than that, everything's going good. I'm working. Probably fixing to have surgery on my neck and my back. I finally got to see a surgeon, and I've got bone spurs in my neck and a bulging disc, and then in my lower back, I've got bone on bone in between uh, two of my vertebrae where the disc is completely gone. So I'm going to have two artificial discs put in. If any of y'all have ever had that done, please let me know how it went and if you think it helped because I'm so scared and nervous about having these two surgeries. I don't know anybody who's had an artificial disc put in, so I don't know what that entails or how bad it is or what the recovery time is. Um, but I mean, it can't be any worse than I am right now, honestly, because my back and my neck hurts all the time, and I'm limited on mobility in my neck. I catch myself turning my shoulders with my neck like I got a crick in it. So hopefully that'll go away. But it's really the one in my neck is really putting a lot of pressure on my spinal cord. Like it's just pinched it pretty much off. But I've looked up stuff about it, and you know, the internet is a scary thing. They always tell you the worst of the worst, and like I can't find anything positive, honestly. And then the doctor, he was like, "Well, it's got a 90% success rate," and I was like, "Yeah, but you don't know me." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I live in that 10%. I mean, I really do. If there's any percentage that's, against it, that's where I live." So, yeah, I don't know. So I'm a little nervous. The doctor's very nice, very intelligent man, older, and I like older doctors because I feel like they've been around a little longer and had experience. Um, but yeah, he's like, "Well, it's not going to be a bad surgery. The incision's not that big, and hopefully, you can get some relief after these surgeries." And I'm really hoping that's what it does. But I don't know. I don't know anybody that's had that type of surgery. So if any of you have had that, please let me know in the comments or message me or whatever how that went. Because I have no clue anything about this surgery or how it's going to go. Um, and I don't want to be down for a very long time either. I don't know what the downtime is for it. I haven't really got a lot of information back on it yet. I had to go pick up my MRI today so he could see a little more into my back than what he did with the other one. Um, so we got that today. I got to go see him in the morning, but I just don't know. I don't know anybody that's had that type surgery. I know people that have had back surgery, but not anybody who had a artificial disc put in. So if y'all know anything about that, I'd really appreciate you giving me your opinion and letting me know how it went. But I'm at work, guys. It's really good to get on here and have a chance to, run my mouth a little bit. But you guys have a great night and happy Father's Day to all y'all. I'm so sorry I'm late. Anybody who hears this, happy Father's Day late. Um, I meant to get on her Sunday. Sunday was not a very good day for me. Father's Day is hard enough, but then it was my dad's birthday also. So I just wasn't really in the mood to do anything on Sunday. But I hope you guys had a really good Father's Day, and I hope you have a good week this week. And I'll try to get back on here and talk to y'all again sometime soon. I do love you guys, and I appreciate all of you guys and all the support y'all have ever given my family. But you guys have a great night and have a great rest of the week, and I'll try to get on here soon. Love you guys. Bye.